This is the Aklot AKC23 concert ukulele. Now, for a disclaimer, they asked some people on Facebook if they'd be interested in reviewing ukulele, and it's something that I'm very much enjoying in my life with ukulele, so I said yes. And they were kind enough to allow me to try this test unit and to send it to me. And actually I bought it, and they reimbursed me for the price of it. So I guess you should know that in this review, but nonetheless, it's not going to change what I would say about it. So it is what it is. Now, it's a concert scale ukulele. It has, I believe, 18 silver nickel frets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I believe it's 14 to the body. It has front markers. It has side markers on the side. It has standard open tuning pegs that work very well. It has some light engraving, such as the Aklot name up there, and a pigeon. Apparently it's a pigeon. And some very light engraving around the rosette, which actually is quite nice. And a rather large pigeon bridge. And believe it or not, this is rosewood and that's rosewood. I'm not sure if that will change with the city's restrictions that are going on. And it comes with Aquila nylon strings. Also, the back and sides are made of laminate mahogany, and the top is a complete piece of solid mahogany for the sound. And it's set up very nicely. My own test, the first fret was less than 1 millimeter at the front. It's a little hard for me to get my string action gauge ruler into that. The nut, I believe, is 35 millimeters. Also, it has a bone nut saddle and nut, and the action at the 12th fret was just about 2.65, 2.7 millimeters. It's kind of hard for me to tell with my string action gauge I happen to have, but action is generally very playable right out of the box. Now, again, I'm kind of more of a fan of fluorocarbon strings than Aquila strings, and again, it has nothing to do with Aquila. I love them. We'll talk about those at another time, but I just personally like fluorocarbon strings. So I have some Martin strings that I'm ready to put on as soon as I'm done with this review. So I wanted to record this review with the stock strings before I moved on. And this ukulele came 2 days ago. I've given it a chance to settle in. It's been played quite a bit. It's ready to go. Also on the inside, it has notch curving on the inside, and no decoration on the outside binding, no purfling or anything like that. The build is neat and tidy. It's got just an Aklot sticker on the inside telling you what model number it is, and it's a good solid ukulele. It does appear to be a three-piece neck. So there's a piece down here, a piece up here, and of course your neck, which is pretty standard. And it looks to be 2 pieces of every side. So there's 2 pieces on the side, 2 pieces on the back, bookmarked, and then 2 pieces on the front, bookmarked. It's a very attractive ukulele. The finish is nice. They call it a matte finish. It's not overly thick, but it feels good to hold. Some people won't like the glossy neck, but that's okay. It'll wear out. What else does it come with? It comes with actually a really decent tuner. Now, again, I know you can find tuners on the internet for, eBay or whatever for $4 or $3 or $2, and they'll work just as well. But it's been actually a pretty nice tuner, and I've used it with some other ukuleles, so that's a good addition. They give you a cleaning cloth, which I suppose is nice. Comes with some extra strings, some extra Aquila super nugget strings, which I'll probably not be using. Comes with a little booklet that tells you how to use the ukulele, and generally they did a really good job with it. Summarizes what you need to know. There are a couple little tweaks, because since this is a Chinese company, that don't exactly fit perfectly in English, but that's okay. They give you a couple picks. This one is the felt pick that came with it. There's also a regular guitar pick that I didn't bring to the review. I don't play the pick, but I'm going to be letting some of my students play the pick this year, those that complain about strumming with their finger. And then the 2 other things it comes with is not a real heavy-duty bag. If you've seen my other review of the Enya EURX1, came with a really nice bag. This bag is, I mean, it's not bad. It's just a thin bag, but it will, sort of protect the ukulele. We'll talk about that in a second. So it comes with that bag, and then it also comes, now this is the odd part, with this strap. And this is a neck strap that you wear around your neck, and then you can clip into the ukulele hole underneath. So if you wanted to play with this, you would just feed this in through and hold the ukulele like this. I mean, it would be with your neck. I don't really like neck straps. I like shoulder straps, and that's the weird part, because this Aklot ukulele comes with shoulder straps there and there. So that's the one confusing part of the whole package. Now, this, don't get me wrong, I've seen really flimsy neck strap. I've bought some bad neck straps. This is actually a pretty nice neck strap if that's what you want, but that's not what I would want. So I'll just leave it at that. Now, here is the only catch, really. Are there any problems with it? No. You know what? The frets are nicely tapered. They make a big deal about that on the side, so there's no sharp fret edges. It's comfortable to play. I think it has a rich tone, and we'll talk about tone. The only real catch is it's got this solid soundboard on the top. So if you live in a place where the humidity drops at part of the year, like up where I live in the Minnesota-Wisconsin area, relative humidity inside a house or inside a school, our school dropped down to 16%. I actually have a hydrometer that tells what the relative humidity is, and 16%. Now, right now in the summer, it's 62% in my classroom. So that would be really hard in this ukulele, and this bag isn't going to keep the humidity in. So if you buy one of these, the only caveat that I would say, the only thing to worry about, is eventually you'll need to buy a case or a Rubbermaid container, and you'll need to probably get good ideas like a sponge or something like that. And they even sell humidifiers and things, but you don't have to go that high tech. You can get a sponge and a little container and poke holes in it and wet the sponge once a week with distilled water and put that in a like a Rubbermaid container that seals, and you can humidify your ukulele that way. So you don't have to buy an expensive case, but just you'll want to do it. So just something that's the only caveat. So if you're, now again, for a beginner, this ukulele is phenomenal. It's concert scale, it's good quality, has good sound, and we'll talk about what I'm going to do about that in just one more moment. So I really do want to thank Aklot for letting me be a part of this test. It's a nice ukulele. Stylistically, the only thing that's awkward is this large pigeon on the front. So, however, when you're playing it, who sees the pigeon? Well, if you've got, normal-sized arms, you're not going to see that most of the time. I'm going to play a little segment of a song on 5 different ukuleles. I've got now 5 concerts at my disposal. 4 are mine and 1 is a school. So I've got this Aklot. I've also got a Bruce Wee custom ukulele. I have a Lanakai LU21 model. I have a Macala, which is in the same price point right now as this ukulele kit by Aklot. I've got a Macala CE, and I have a mainland ukulele, which is solid mahogany. So what's interesting is the Macala is made up of mahogany laminate, all mahogany laminate. This is made up of mahogany laminate and a solid mahogany top, and the mainland in particular is made up of solid mahogany. Now the Bruce Wee happens to be a acacia, solid acacia instrument, and then the Lanakai is just an all laminate. So what I'll do is I'm going to play a little snippet of myself playing the same little thing with, first I'll do it with another ukulele, then I'll do this one, then I'll do another ukulele, and then this one. Actually, be the same clip that I'll do of this one, so you can get the same comparison across the board and just get an idea what it sounds like. Well, I just put new Martin 600 strings on here. They're available most places. These were $5.40 for a set of strings, and I just like fluorocarbons again better than I like the Super Nile Guts, just for feel. It's just a personal preference, and I wouldn't tell anybody else to do it. And our school uses the kids' ukulele strings, but I thought it might be interesting to compare that again with my other recording with the other strings on it. Now the strings are still stretching, but they should stay in tune for this. Now the last thing on this video is a recording from earlier today. I played in a ukulele jam in the Twin Cities with the Twin Cities Ukulele Club, and I just recorded myself playing the Aklot, again with the Super Nile Gut strings, at a couple times. One of the questions people always have is, will this ukulele cut through a noise? If I play the group, will I be able to hear myself? And I thought, well, what better way to prove that than just set up my camera and record some songs. So I'll just put a couple clips in at the end of me singing in midst of the ukulele jam today with, I don't know, 20-25 players today. So thank you much. Again, Aklot, AKC23, available on Amazon. It isn't her, but could she love